Hey, good morning, all. So I'm going to make a quick screencastify. Well, I don't know about quick. I'm going to try to make it a quick screencastify with you, and I'm going to title it "How Do I Do This Week's Soapstone?" All right, and so I'm going to walk through this with you. I'm going to share what your template's going to look like. I'm going to share what my example looks like, and then I'm also going to remind you of some different resources that you have at your disposal. All right, so. First, to get started, this week's Soapstone will be in response to the article that we read yesterday. All right, the epidemic of anxiety among today's students. So that's the text that we'll be using. I've also tried to, oops, wrong one. I've also tried to put the title of the text at the top. So if time gets on and you guys forget, this is the title of the text that we're using. Okay. This week, I've added some success criteria, the things that I want you to think about going into this. Now, I don't expect you to do this perfectly. All right. I do expect you to do it a little better than you did last week. All right. And then I also want you to keep in mind that I just simply want you to do what you can until you can do better. And I'm a part of your better. And so getting feedback from me hopefully contributes directly to your getting better at this. All right. So really quickly to go through our criteria here. I will successfully complete this task if I provide a complete sentence answer to the question in each section. All right. There will be a complete answer here. All right. The speaker is, or the author is, and then followed up by a complete sentence. I will provide a discovery quote from the text that shows where I was when I made my discovery or where I found my answer. Okay. You're reading the text. All right. And as you're reading the text, you're going to make discoveries. And hopefully you're making discoveries about speaker, occasion, audience, purpose, tone, and the list goes on. All right. This week, I'm adding a couple of things. One, I want you to provide a page number parenthesis for each discovery quote. See size example. Let's go look at size example right here. Okay. So you will see in my example, I don't know why it's not giving that to me. You will see in my example, not only have I provided a quote, but I've also provided the page number where I was on, the page number from the page I was on that shows where I got the quote from. And I would just like you to put that in parentheses, all right, after the quotation, and then the period goes on the outside here. There are only, I think, 3 or 4 pages, so you're only going to have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. You will have access to my example that you can use throughout the process today. All right. Going back to yours. Okay. If you use the tone, word, and real world purpose resources to answer the tone and purpose questions. Say what, Si? All right. So last week for purpose and tone, I gave you these 2 resources. All right. I need you to use these. So when you're answering what is the purpose question, I need you to use one of these 6 purposes here. All right. And then in your sentence, I'd like you to try to use some of this language too, as I have done in mine. And I'll show you that in just a second. The same thing with tone. There are 48 tone words here that you need to look through carefully. I think that there are 5 or 6 different possible answers that you could select from. Again, the better answers are determined by the tech support that you offer for how and when you made that, or for how and where you made that discovery. Now, let's go to my example here really quickly. I know I'm kind of going on here. So in my example, I have provided a complete sentence answer followed by quotes. The only one I don't have a quote in is up here. But as it says over here on the left, if you can't find information in the article about the speaker, all right, Google it. And I just Googled the author's name, and this is what I found, and this is the website that I went to. So that's all that I'm looking for there, okay? Down here, I provided 2 quotes. You only need 1. I just was feeling froggy, so I put 2 down. We continue going down here. All right, notice I have my answer here, and I have my quote here. That's what I expect to see minimally. Finally, getting down to purpose here, all right? The author wants to inform others to raise awareness about students' anxiety. Now, I use the word inform, all right? And that's from that list, okay, of resources right up here. So please do that. Also, I'll come back to that. And then tone, same thing. The author's tone is forthright. Again, I'm probably kind of getting ahead of myself here by showing you my example. And by the way, if you do use my example this week, don't just simply copy and paste what I have done. All right. At the very least, try to put it into your own words. Okie dokie. Why can't I scroll here? What's going? Oh, there we go. All right. So anyway, going back to yours really quickly. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, you highlight the words in your discovery quotes that show how I determine the tone and purpose. See size example. So you'll note in size example, I didn't pull these quotes out of my hat. All right. I said here that the author wanted to inform others to raise awareness about student anxiety. I thought the word today's and the words most anxious ever, in particular ever, showed that she was trying to raise awareness among her audience. Okay. Down here for tone, I said it was forthright, and their parents aren't always helpful. Okay, she's very forthright, matter of fact. She speaks frankly and directly, and then she's also speaks frankly and directly about the problem and the solutions that go with that. Solutions are complex, and so I want you to give it the old college try here to do your best to point to me by highlighting the words in your discovery quote that helped you arrive at your answer up here. Again, remember, our goal here is not to be great at this. Our goal here is to do what we can until we can get better. My belief is that by doing this, we're going to get better at it. And so that's the mindset that I want you to have going into this. All right. Hopefully this helps more than it hurt. I'm going to wrap it up. And so I can get this stuff posted and to you. And remember, I'm only ever an email away.